National Preparedness Month, and with the fires and storms and COVID all happening on the disaster scale, it is so important to remember that we should all be ready in case of an emergency. News 5's Jessica Barreto joins us live to talk more about this, and she has an expert to help us break down everything we should do to have a plan ready. Jessica, good morning.
Good morning, Renee. Good morning, everyone. That's right. Having a plan is the most important thing about facing an emergency situation. Here to talk more about that is Robin Adair with the Pikes Peak Regional Office of Emergency Management. Good morning, Robin. Thanks for joining us. So how do you start, crafting a plan, putting together a plan? What do you need to keep in mind?
Well, it's important to remember you get all this stuff packed if you don't know what to do with it. You have to have a plan and talk about that plan. So to get started making a plan, get together with your family or loved ones that are people that are important in your plan, and just go through some scenarios. What if there were a blizzard? What if there were an earthquake? What if there were a wildfire? What if we were evacuated? And with each one of the scenarios, think about what would we need to have in place? What would we need to do to communicate? What would we need to do if mom is at work and somebody else is at home and somebody else is at school, if we're separated or if we're together, and play that what if game and go through those scenarios, and that discussion is where you start making a plan.
Because that's when you are able to sort of eliminate certain things, but then add certain things. Also with COVID, you need to add a few extra supplies, so really brush up on what you have packed from last year. Update everything.
Right, update your supplies and think about if we're separated, what is our plan? Do we need to have a meeting place, or do we need to have a plan for what if we can't meet up? Do we know who we're going to call? Do we know do we know that we can use a text can get through if a voicemail won't? Do we have somebody out of state to call? If we can't call each other across town because the cell phone circuits are overloaded, can we call somebody out of state and everybody check in with that one person out of state?
Right.
Make that plan whatever works for your family, because it's going to be different for everybody.
Got it. And there are some resources online to also help with that.
On our website, we've got resources to help you make your plan, things to consider while you're preparing, and checklists for things that you might want to pack in your go kit, and checklists for what you need for a shelter-in-place kit in case you get stuck in your house, which is another form of emergency that we need to be preparing for too. And those resources are a great way to guide you through that planning process if you need it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Robin. And there are also resources available for you to learn how to train and also brush up on your emergency response. So we're going to tell you more about those resources and trainings that are available coming up during our next segment at 7:30. Always watching out for you. Southern Colorado, Jessica Barreto, News 5.